Happy Friday. It is currently 3 in the afternoon. I just wanted to quickly go over the trades I took on Thursday. The trade. Took one trade on Thursday and I took a couple trades today. And let me just hop over to Thursday real quick, man. Thursday was clean. It was as clean as it gets. One and done for the day. The drawn liquidity was just super obvious to me. And yeah, man, you just love to see that clean price action. So going into Thursday, let's hop over to market open here. So going into Thursday, what I was looking at right off the hop was these stacked equal lows down here. So I noticed that we had these equal lows and that was probably going to be the initial draw on liquidity. And I also saw that we had this 1 hour gap down here that was holding as support. So going to the 1 minute, let's jump to market open here, play price out a little bit. So right off the hop, I was bearish. I was looking for shorts until we created relative equal highs here. Not only did we create relative equal highs on the 1 minute, but we created somewhat, what is going on? But we created somewhat relative equal highs with the 4 hour too, with the top of this 4 hour candle. So shorts to me at that point were out of the equation just because I didn't want to try to fade these two sets of equal highs. And it is a bit unfortunate because there was a couple of nice short opportunities going to those lows, but again, it didn't meet my trade plan and I'm trying to stay as disciplined as possible. It's all about the discipline, baby. So I was watching price, saw it drop to those equal lows, and you could have taken this 2 minute short right here. I know some people took that. You could have taken this 2 minute short on this candle close below this fair value gap here. So as soon as it inversed, you could have hopped in short and taken that to the equal lows or held to the 1 hour imbalance. But again, didn't meet my trade plan, so as soon as we hit this, I switched my bias and immediately started looking for longs because again, this target is just so clean up here. So my trade idea was if we can sweep these lows, tap into that 1 hour, and then inverse this 5 minute, I will be bullish to these highs. And as you can see, we close above the 5 there. So my criteria for longs has been met, and I know some people actually entered on the 5. You could have entered on so many different time frames on Thursday, man. It was so clean. Could have entered on the 3, could have entered on the 5, you could have entered on the 2 if you wanted to, although I suggest that you should always wait for the gap on the highest time frame. So in this case, it would have been the 5, because if you enter on the 3 here, you still have this bearish 5 minute imbalance acting as resistance. So it's always smart to wait for the higher time frame to inverse. So I waited for the 5 and then I hopped onto the 1 and then immediately started looking for long opportunities on the 1. And as you can see, price is respecting this 5 minute inverse, which is a great sign. And then we create this inverse right here. So this could have been your first entry on the 1 minute. I know a lot of people took this. I was a little bit hesitant to take this just because I thought that this bigger 1 minute imbalance could act as resistance. So instead, I waited for the close of this 1 minute, which is a bit unfortunate because it obviously reduces my RR here. But this to me just looked like the cleaner, more obvious 1 minute. So as soon as we got this 1 minute inverse here, I decided to enter long. Bought one contract on the 50K funded. And I held to these equal highs. First of all, this was the break even point for me. So as soon as we took these equal highs, I went to break even. And the final target was, again, this 4 hour high here. So going back to the 1. As you can see, we take these relative equal highs, shoot through those, and then we take the 4 hour high there. I was out of the position, and that was it. One and done for the day. and just super clean, man. We have the Judas swing in the morning, the fake out, then we start printing back to the upside, and it just seemed like every single inverse worked. Again, you had this inverse on the 2 minute to the downside, and then you had these other inverses to the upside that you could have taken there. So super clean day. That brings us to, after today's trading, I took 1 loss and 1 win on Friday. I might make a video going over that later, but we are green about $150 today. We're green about $400 or $350 and change yesterday. So that brings us to about 1900 on the challenge, which means we have about another 2% to go to pass it. And I gotta be careful what I say, man, because every time I say, oh, I'm so close to passing this challenge, or oh, blah, 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 I start getting cocky and I end up blowing it. So knock on wood, that's not gonna be the case this go round. Hopefully we can pass this account next week, another 2% to go. And yeah, man, I'm excited to get this done and excited to hop on the live account, baby. Okay, so hopping onto the account reports. This is Thursday here. So as you can see, Thursday we had 1 trade netting 355. It was 1 trade, held it for 3 minutes, 1 and done. The account, as you can see, is currently at 51,850. So again, like I said, 2% and a bit to go until we pass it. And then going to today, we have a profit of 155, and yeah, that's basically it. Let's get it. Let's pass this.